Welcome to this edition of our SMA International News for the month of April. We bring you items from Poland and the present situation there, and then we go to Central Africa to hear about the training of catechists. And finally we'll go to Democratic Republic of the Congo, where we hear about school and activities therein. So now we go to Poland. In the weeks since February the 24th, 2022, we have witnessed a level of aggression, death, violence, suffering and destruction not seen in Europe since World War II. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has caused a mass exodus of women, children and the elderly to neighbouring countries. Within just 4 weeks, over 3.5 million people have fled beyond Ukraine's borders, with Poland receiving the largest portion of these. The SMA province in Poland has responded by opening 2 of their houses to accommodate refugees. Their aim is to provide them with shelter for as long as necessary and a place where they will feel safe and welcome.
Dès le départ de la guerre jusqu'à aujourd'hui,
From the start of the war up to now, we have received 2.3 million refugees to Poland. It is Poland that has welcomed the majority of those fleeing war, and they have been relocated to different places, in homes or in big centres like ours. Then, for those refugees, on the recommendation of Polish province of the Society for African Missions, we have decided to welcome them here into our homes we own here in Poland.
en Pologne.
Les grandes vagues de réfugiés de l'Ukraine qui fuient la guerre.
We welcome here the great waves of refugees from Ukraine fleeing the war. We see what is happening in the stations of the different cities of Poland and also the border. Seeing that, we're also trying to welcome and to help the refugees. We follow 4 steps in our ways of helping out as Society of African Missions in Poland. First, there was the decision to welcome the refugees to Porzencine and Piwniczna-Strój. We had to transform our houses to accommodate the refugees, find common rooms especially for them, and at the same time places to do laundry and also places capable of accommodating people on a long-term basis. Because normally we welcome groups, especially from those different parishes of Warsaw, Krakow, from different parts of Poland. In these parishes they are welcomed for weekends, for short periods. Instead, people who come here now are welcomed for long duration. After the decision and the transformation of our centre, we started step by step with different groups. I went to the central station, to different places. I made contact with people at the border, with groups like Caritas Polska and with Caritas from different places of Poland, looking for people who needed our help. We made the decision to help, especially with mothers and children. We even had pregnant women with us, so they could find rest in our homes, so they could feel peace and feel welcomed. Above all, after the stress of leaving their homeland, their husbands, their members of their families who had to stay behind in the Ukraine, who had to fight in the war for the liberty of Ukraine. It is very moving to see families torn apart. Families whose husbands staying behind in Ukraine, seeing their wives and children in Poland. After that, we move on to the stage of organising their life here in Poland. Children go to primary school. And secondary school children continue to follow courses online provided from the Ukraine. This is well organized by the Ministry for Education in Ukraine. Here we welcome about 80 people, mothers and children. It's time for lunch. We give our guests, our refugees, 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch and dinner. We work with the staff here in our SMA centre. Here's the cook, Matthew, who is helping us. It has always been his role. So what do you have today? There's always soup, and also what the Ukrainians like for meals, kartush, that is, potatoes. There are many people who have gone out to get their PPS numbers, the PSEL, to the local public administration, so they're absent because of that. Our government is trying to help refugees by giving them access to education and health. But to have that, one needs to have a number, what we call a PSEL. That is why many of them are absent today. When the mothers are busy here with the laundry, there's a place here, a kind of nursery for the children, with many games for them to play. And it's the benefactors who have brought this to us. Now we're in our common room, where there's also a place to relax, to have coffee, tea. At the same time, there's a playground, a place for older children to have fun and play.
Les voilà.
Food is now a challenge in Poland because there are so many trucks sent every day by Caritas and also the government, many of which are sent to the Ukraine. At the market, it's difficult finding food for the refugees. We can always buy, and that is why we ask for financial assistance. That we have, of course, so far received. Thank you for what you do for us, because with this money, we can buy food.
We will now go to the Central African Republic and to the parish of Our Lady of the Pygmies in Belomboke, where a training session for catechists in that parish was held on the 19th of March.
Being a catechist, says Pope Francis, is a whole way of being, and we need good catechists who are both guides and teachers. And the parish of Notre Dame de Pygmée de Belomboke has understood that very well. A parish which twice a year, with its basic means, organizes a training session for its catechists. Catechists that contribute a lot to the work of evangelization.
Du 16 au 19 mars, nous avons eu...
From March 16 to 19, we had our traditional training session for catechists. Following a pressing need to form our catechists, Father Frank and I decided to initiate regular formation sessions in order to strengthen their capacity for a better pastoral work. It is in this context that we were able to bring together almost all the catechists of the parish. For this session, some could not come for health and other reasons, but thank God the vast majority are present. In general, we try to structure these sessions according to the seasons of the church, such as the season of Advent and of Lent. What do we concretely address in these training sessions? We focus on questions relating to the liturgical preparation for Sunday and other important themes of pastoral care. What impact does this have for our catechists? In short, I would say that it has a very positive impact because the more the catechist is better trained, the more it allows him to serve Christ better and to love him more. And we see the positive consequences of these sessions in our daily work.
They are the people who are in the field. Of course, we are there, but they are more in the field. They are the ones who teach catechism to the children. They are the ones who give the knowledge to the children, those the candidates for baptism and confirmation. When the catechist is well empowered, the knowledge is well also received by the children.
We give thanks to God for the work accomplished by the fathers of our parish for initiating a regular formation of catechists in the parish. For the program, we tackle important themes which we did not even have the opportunity to receive at the School of Catechists based in Kano. The themes covered here during our training allow us to discover deeply the meaning of the Holy Scriptures and help us enormously in our pastoral activities as catechists. May the Lord grant strength and courage to our fathers so that they can always provide us with this kind of formation and equip us better.
With all this goodwill, there is the reality of the challenges.
As you can see, we are facing many challenges. The challenges we face are the lack of capacity to better organize these sessions. The thing is that for the session we organize, we are obliged to do them in the parish church, which you will agree with me is not the appropriate place. We also have the problem of accommodation. Even the catechists who arrive for these sessions find themselves forced to sleep in classrooms.
Challenges which, if alleviated, could contribute to a better success of the program.
And now we go to the Democratic Republic of the Congo to hear about Bishop de Breziac Boarding School, where Father Apollinaire Kakanda shares with us the realities of what's involved in running that school.
Le Collège Monseigneur Breziac a été fondé en...
Bishop Breziac Boarding School was founded in 2004 by Reverend Father Roger Nicole, a French missionary. In the area, the school has a great reputation. The parents send the children to school, given the quality of the education provided here at Bishop Breziac School. The school has a boarding facility for boys and girls. At the boys' boarding school, there are supervisors who are there with them, who watch over them, control them, follow all the movements. And at the girls' boarding school, we have the sisters of the Little Servant Community of Nazareth of Congo. One of the sisters is a directress of the boarding school, and the other is a nurse at our small primary aid station. In the event of illness, the sister gives the first aid before taking the child to the main hospital, which has a large capacity. These children learn to live in community. We nurture them spiritually and intellectually. At the boarding school, they learn to share the little they have, to share material goods, but also ideas for a better future. I am very happy to find myself in this milieu of young people, to help them to be true citizens, true leaders of tomorrow, not only for the Church of Congo or the Congolese nation, but also for the whole world. I am very happy when these children finish here and go elsewhere to universities, whether Congolese universities or other universities elsewhere, and come back to greet us. They keep thanking us because they have benefited from our integral training at Bishop Breziac Boarding School. It is a school with a future, and I have this passion to continue to advance this work left by Father Roger Nicole, SMA. I have faith and hope in this boarding school.
Et j'ai l'espoir que cette école, ce collège-internat a de l'avenir.
And now for some general news. From the 14th of March to the 18th, a work and reflection session was held in Cotonou, the Republic of Benin, for the superiors of new districts and provinces. The purpose of this working session was to prepare for the plenary council, which will be held next month in May. That brings us to the end of this edition of our SMA International News for this month. We hope you will join us again next month when we will bring you more news of events involving SMA in different parts of the world.